Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to Social Science online teaching classes from Vishwamanava Residential High School. I am Mahbubi, your social science teacher. My dear students, today we are going to discuss economics part of the second lesson, that is human resources of India. Human resources of India. In this lesson, we are going to discuss some of the important concepts in this lesson. One is meaning and importance of human resources and characteristics of India's population, literacy rate, sex ratio, rural, urban and age distribution and density in India. Then last point, understand the concept of demographic transition and understand the role of reproductive and child health in improving the quality of population. These points today we are going to discuss. Okay, my dear students, let's start. Meaning of human resources. Educated and healthy working people are considered as a nation is called as a human resource. Educated and healthy working people are considered as a country or nation is called as a human resource. Understand? Then, my dear students, the population is also considered to be the wealth of a country. The people living in a country constitute the population, which consists of children, adults, and senior citizens. Understand? The people living in a country consist of adults, children, and senior citizens. Those under 14 years are considered children. Those between 15 and 60 years are considered as adults, and these above 60 are identified as a senior citizens. Understand? Then adults are capable of working and they have from the national wealth. The people with used knowledge, skill and abilities from the human resources of that country. Since the population of adults is more in India, there is an increase in the workforce. My dear students, adults are capable of working and they from the national wealth. Many people has used with knowledge, has used with skill and abilities from the human resources of that country. Then, if provide good education, provide good training and health facility are provided to human resources, they can be transferred into human capital. Provided good education, provided good training and provided good health facilities are provided to the human resources. Then human resources occupies greater importance in the production of goods and services. My dear students, human resource occupies very important greater importance in the production of goods and services. Then human resource provides the skill and workforce needed for production. It provides skill and workforce needed for the production. Then the people who work in various jobs in the field of agriculture, in the field of industry and service sector. The people, many people who work in various jobs in resources, in the field of agriculture, in the field of industries and many service sectors. Understand? Till now, the large population was considered as a burden. Till today now, India's large population was considered as a burden. But Now it is being viewed as a resources. It is possible to convert the people into a productive assets by providing good education, providing training and health facilities. However, it is better if the population of a country is not very big. My dear students, till now, India's large population was considered as a burden. It is very burden. But now it is being viewed as a resources. It is possible to convert many peoples into productive by providing good education, providing good training, and providing good health facilities. Understand? Then, characteristics of Indian population. What are the major characteristics of Indian's population? My dear students, characteristics of population includes features related to size, composition, density, growth and quality of a people population. What are the characteristics of India's population? They have basic understanding of the population problem of a country. One should have complete knowledge regarding the basic features of population of that country. What are the main important characteristics of India's population? The features of the population are derived from the census according to 2011. The features of the population as derived from a census. One is large scale and fast growth. Second one is second stage of demographic transition. Third one is rapidly rising density. Fourth one is unfavorable sex ratio. Fifth one is bottom heavy age sector. Sixth one is predominance of rural population. Seventh one is low quality of population. Eighth one is low work participation rate. And ninth one is overpopulation. These are the major characteristics of India's population. My dear students, let us discuss one by one. First one is large size and growth population. Fast growth. My dear students, keep it in mind. India with a population of 121.1 crores in 2011. The Indian population is 121.1 crores in 2011 census. It is the second most populate country in the world. All of you know that India is the most second place in the population in the world. Every sixth person in the world is an Indian. The rate of growth of population has been higher, with the population growing as a rate 1.8% per annum. Population equivalent to the Australia is added every year. My dear students, this situation is called population explosion. Understand? By 2022, India will be the most populous country in the world. These are the largest size and fast growth of India's population. Then the second point, second stage of democratic transition. My dear students, the second stage of democratic transition, India is now passing through the second stage of democratic transition, where that rate is low but birth rate is high. So, the lending to high population growth, the birth rate and the death rate. Then the third one is rapidly rising density. The density of population is number of people living in a per square kilometer of geographical area, that is called as density of population. A number of people living per square kilometer of geographical area, that is called as density of population. Keep it in mind, very important. Then our India is one of the most density populated country of the world. Understand? Then unfavorable sex ratio. My dear students, sex ratio means the number of female per 1000 males is called as a sex ratio. The number of females per 1000 males, it was 943 in 2011 census. The sex ratio, the 2011 census 943. Then fifth one is bottom heavy age structure. The age composition of Indian population is bottom heavy. The bottom heavy age structure, it is leads to high dependency ratio. Understand? It can be reduced by slowing down the birth rate. Then sixth one is predominance of rural population. The predominance of rural population, the ratio of rural urban population of a country is an index of level of industrialization of country. In that, the rural population, the process of urbanization is very low. Understand? Many Indian population is predominantly rural in nature. According to 2011 census, 68.8% of people living in villages, in rural areas. Then low quality of population. The quality of population can be judged by the education, skill and health levels people. My dear students, low quality of population can be judged from the education, skill and health level of the people. In the low quality of population, we can see low literacy rate, low level of education and training and low life expectancy. Then last eighth one is low work participation rate. The ratio of working population to the total population is refers as to work participation rate. The total population is referred to a work population participation rate. Then the last one is overpopulation. All of you know that, my dear students. Overpopulation. India is the second largest population country in the world. Increase in food production to 252 million tons in 2015 to 2016. What are the problems to create overpopulation? The problems like poverty, hunger, malnutrition are still acute in India. My dear students, agriculture is overcrowded and average Indian suffers due to the low per capita income, low standard of living, high slum population, unemployment and underemployed etc. These indicates that our population size has been crossed. So India has a overpopulation. These are the characteristics of Indian's population according to 2011 census. Understand? Then the terminological words related to population, one is population explosion. Population explosion means large increase in the size of population is called as a population explosion. The large increase in the size of population is called as a population explosion. Then the second one is density of population. Density of population means a number of people living in a per square kilometer of a geographical area is called as density of a population. Very important. The terminological words related to population, one is population explosion, second one is density of a population. Then third one is sex ratio, means the number of females per thousand males is called as a sex ratio. Then birth rate, the number of live births per thousands of population per year is birth rate. Then death rate, the number of deaths per 1000 people per year. The number of deaths per 1000 people per year is called as death rate. Then last life expectancy. Life expectancy is the number of years a person is accepted to live life. These are the terminological words related to population. One is population explosion, second one is density of population, third one is sex ratio, fourth one is birth rate, fifth one is death rate, and last sixth one is life expectancy. These are the terminological words related to population. Understand? Now let's move on. Very important concept in this lesson, that is demographic transition. Demographic transition, my dear students, the demographic transition is a close relationship between economic development and population growth. There is a close relationship between economic development and population growth, that is called as a demographic transition. Understand? The transition of demographic features is observed to be three distinct passes. My dear students, the transition of demographic features is observed to be filling a three distinct passes. One is backward stage, second one is developing stage, and the third one is developed stage. Backward, developing, and developed stage. Let us briefly understand one by one. First one is backward stage. The demographic transition, first one is backward stage. In the backward economy, health facilities are provided. Poverty, unemployment, backward education, and health facilities. People lack awareness about the advantages and means of birth control. Superstitions, traditions, high birth rate, and death rate. These points we see in the backward stage. Poverty, unemployment, backward education, and health facilities. Superstitions. Superstitions, it is nothing but unbelief. Understand? Unbelief thoughts. Traditions, customs, high birth rate, and death rate. Due to this, both the birth rate and death rate are high, resulting in the lower population growth. Then the second stage is developing stage. The second stage of demographic transition is developing stage. The economy starts growing and the government provides better education and health facilities. Epidemics are brought under the control of a developing stage. Better education and provide good health facilities and control of epidemics and slow decline of birth rate. Because very high birth rate or stepping falling death rates, the population growth tends to be higher. Understand? India is presently said to be in the second stage, that is developing stage. Our country is a developing stage, not developed stage. Then the last stage of the democratic transition, that is developed stage. In the developed stage, when a country attains developed states, all the people are educated and well informed, and everyone gets health and hygienic facilities, provided education and well informed people, health and hygienic facilities to all, rapid growth of nation's economy. Due to this, the death rate will be fall further, the birth rate too will fall. So, the resulting is very low population growth in the developed stage. These are the demographic transition stages. One is backward stage, developing stage, and developed stage. As a backward country changes into developing country by achieving economic growth, its population growth gets affected. These are the demographic transitions stages. Very important. Now, let's move on. Another important concept in this lesson, that is reproductive health and quality of population. Reproductive health and quality of population. My dear students, health is an very important assets of humans. Very important concepts of humans. Good health provides. Good health improves not only the quality of life of people, but it also the quality of their work. Keep it in mind. Health is a very important concepts of every humans. Good health improves not only the quality of life of people, but it also the quality of their work. Understand? Therefore, the rapid economic development has to be achieved. The health of the people should be improved. My dear students, human beings biologically reproduce. The quality of population only depends greatly on the number of children born and their health. The quality of population depends greater on the number of children born on their health. Healthy children can more like to grow as healthy adults and they contribute more economic growth of a country. Especially we can see the woman health is very vital because it is the who nurture the child before also after delivery. If the women are healthy and diseases free, so the children will be understand. Then the governments are provided all facilities to improve the health and nutrition of women rights from the day-to-day schemes. The government are providing all facilities to improve the health and nutrition of a woman rights from the day she becomes pregnant up to the day she delivers the baby. The reproductive and child health increase the survival chances of both the child and mother because the number of children born will come down. This helps in reducing the population growth. Understand? A high degree of malnutrition with a large proportion of a children's death occurring due to malnutrition. My dear students, the reproductive health as a quality of reproduction, the reproductive health and quality of population, the National Health Policy of India. The National Health Policy of India aims to improve health care, family welfare and nutritional service of the people. My dear students, the the National Health Policy of India aims to improve health care, family welfare and nutritional service of the people. The government has tried to provide comprehensive health facilities and thus improve the quality of life of people. So, due to these measures, the health of the people has improved. Some of the prominent measures initiated under the National Health Missions to reduce infant mortality rate and maternal mortality ratio in the India. What are the major prominent measures of the National Health Missions? One is promotion of institutional deliveries through Janani Suraksha Yojana. Promotion of providing of institutional deliveries through Janani Suraksha Yojana. It provides 24 into 7 free ambulance service of Karnataka government. Had also helped in attaining higher institutional delivery rates. That is the major prominent measures of the national health missions. Then the second one is strengthening of sub centers, primary health centers, community health centers and district hospitals for providing 24 into 7 basic and comprehensive child delivery and care service. That is the second major measures of National Health Policy of India. Then the third one is facilities, to provide facilities of engagement of accredited social health activities to assessing of healthcare service by the community. Then fourth one is health and nutrition education to provide diversification to inclusion of iron rich food as well as food items that promote iron. Then fifth one is achieving universal programs to protect children against many life. Then last one is management of malnutrition by providing nutritional supplements of pregnant women and children's has also contributed positively. These are the measures have contributed to improve the health of women and children and are accepted towards reducing the mortality rates. Understand? These are the measures of National Health Policy of India. My dear students, in this class we have learned meaning of human resource and what are the importance of human resource. Then second one is characteristics of Indians population. Then third one is demographic transition. What are the steps of democratic transitions? Then fourth one is reproductive health and quality of population. Then fifth one is the role of reproductive and child health in improving the quality of a population. These points we have learned in the lesson Human Resources of India. My dear students, chapter is completed. Dear students, thank you.